Now that we know how to measure an angle in a circle in radians, we're going to take a look and see if we can do this example. I want to find the length of the arc that has been formed. In other words, I want to find this distance over here. The angle is pi over 4, and so that is this measurement over here, and they say that the radius is 5 meters. Now we know from our investigation that if I wanted to find the angle was found by taking the arc length and dividing it by the radius. So clearly, if I want to know the arc length, then the arc length is going to be the angle times by the radius. In this case, the angle is pi over 4, and the radius is 5. And so my answer is going to be 5 pi all over 4. In this example, I've been given some information. I don't need to find out the exact answer as a number, but they're asking me to express r in terms of theta, in which case I may not have any other random information. The important piece of information that they give me is the perimeter. Let's first write down what the perimeter would be. If I wanted the perimeter for this particular shape, the perimeter is the edge of the shape. So that's going to be the distance from O to A, and from A to B, and from O to B. Well, we know that the distance that we've got from O to A and O to B is r, so those two distances are going to be 2r. A to B is the arc length, and so if I want the arc length, then the arc length is going to be the radius, change that to black, the radius times by the angle. As I've not been given a measurement for the perimeter, I can't put in any other variable in its place. But I need to get r as the subject of the formula. In other words, on the right-hand side, I'm going to take r out as a highest common factor. So I have that the perimeter is going to be r and then 2 plus theta. Dividing both sides by 2 plus theta, I find that r is going to be the perimeter all over 2 plus theta. In example number 3, I'm asked to find the angle at the center of the circle, and so it's this angle over here. But I'm not given sufficient information to find this, even though I have that the arc length is going to be 2,7 centimeters. I cannot find that angle because what I'm missing is my radius. But they give me some information that will help me find my radius because they give me the area of the whole circle. And we know that the area of a circle is given by the formula of pi r squared. If I know that the area is 450, then I can find the radius. Dividing 450 by pi and finding the square root, I in fact have the radius. So the radius for this particular circle is in fact going to be 11,97 centimeters. Now, if I want to find the angle, I know that the angle can be found if I take the arc length and I divide it by the radius. So in other words, the angle theta that I'm looking for is going to be the arc length of 2,7 and dividing that by the radius, which is 11,97. This is going to give me my angle in radians, and my angle in radians is 0,226 radians. But the question asks me to find this angle in degrees. So now I need to convert my radians to degrees. By filling my information in my direct proportion table, I am able to then cross-multiply and solve for x. So therefore, the measurement that I had in radians of 0,226 radians is in fact going to give me an angle, which is the x that I'm solving for, and the angle is going to be 12,93 degrees.